I give up at the A to Z challenge that I've been doing here on the channel for about a month now. And if you're unfamiliar, it's basically a challenge where I'm trying to play every single character in the game from A to Z, and I have to get at least one win on the character before moving on. And it coincided with the holiday challenge that they just dropped a month ago, where you have to get a win on every character in order to unlock an ornament on the tree, which honestly isn't as original of a challenge as last year, and I was kind of hoping they'd do something a little more fun than this. And I have multiple reasons for wanting to cancel the A to Z challenge, but most importantly, it's just one of the most frustrating and least fun things I have ever done in my Deadlock career. This has frankly been insufferable, and I'm just completely fed up with the challenge, and well, it's for a number of reasons which I am about to go into, so I guess let's just get started by talking about the first reason, which is kind of harkening back to a video I made a couple of days ago about the matchmaking. It has just been brutal trying to play any character that's even remotely outside of my wheelhouse with the way that matchmaking currently is. I don't want to rant about it too much because I already made a full video talking about the matchmaking, but today's stream for the A to Z challenge really just epitomized how bad the matchmaking has been. So take a look at my my amazing 20% Kelvin win rate here. I got to Kelvin in the A to Z challenge, lost 4 times, literally bashing my head against a brick wall before I finally got a win. And it really just had everything wrong with matchmaking inside of these matches right here. It encapsulates perfectly how bad the matchmaking system is when you queue someone who you are not necessarily good at. First of all, for some reason, when I started the A to Z challenge here with Kelvin, it thought that Kelvin was high relative to skill rating, even though my win rate with him is definitely sub 50 now. And it was also sub 50 when I actually started queuing after like the first loss or so. So it doesn't really make sense. He should not be here, and frankly, this skill rating thing needs some kind of overhaul because it doesn't accurately reflect who you're good at. I mean, Bebop, I'm not good at Bebop either, but for some reason the game thinks he's my my 6th highest character? No, he's not. It doesn't really make much sense. And most of my characters are low relative skill rating, by the way, including Abrams at lowest, my gosh. So, you know, considering I'm not the greatest at Kelvin, I only have 31 matches played on him out of 1,300 games of Deadlock that I've played. Where do you think the game should put me? What type of ranked match? Considering that I'm an Ascendant 4 player, and I was Ascendant 5 and Ascendant 6 before I started the A to Z challenge, where should it put me? Well, if you answered also Ascendant 4, then ding ding ding, that's exactly where the game put me, which just is ludicrous that the game thinks that I can play this character at the same level as a character that I actually play, 7, who is the whole reason why I've been ranking up in the first place. So, like, that just didn't make sense. But the thing that made even less sense was the fact that I wasn't even the worst person on my team, and that consistently I would actually do better on this character that I suck at than the players on my team. For this first match here, yeah, my stats are kind of stinky, but that's because I was playing support Kelvin. I didn't exactly have the goal of doing damage. I bought Divine Barrier, Heroic Aura, Healing Booster, things that help the team. And the teammates who I was supposed to be helping, the carry characters who are supposed to get really fed in souls and then do a ton of damage and get a ton of kills, yeah, both of them were bottom souls in the lobby, had a crazy amount of deaths, and 5 assists between the two of them. One of them had 2 assists, the other had 3 assists. And I almost out-damaged both of them on a character and a build that isn't meant to do damage. And I also suck at playing Kelvin. Like, what am I supposed to do in a situation like this? And I can also even have a match like this one, where I'm actually doing the best on my team. I have the most kills, I have the most player damage, 2nd most objective damage, most healing in the lobby, and then I get a pocket player who has 3 whole eliminations and does 12,000 player damage. And like, okay, so you're telling me that not only do I suck at this character, so the odds are stacked against me, right? But I'm not even doing the worst? What am I supposed to do in a situation like this? And the matchmaking has just been feeding me matches like this consistently and consistently to the point where I almost wonder, like, does the matchmaking have a vendetta against me? Why does it keep putting the bad players on my team? But I'm also doing bad. So, like, everyone's just bad, I guess, except the people playing on the enemy team. Really is a strange phenomenon. And I do indeed also have a lot of skill issue. I don't want to make it sound like I'm blaming everyone else for my losses. No, I'm pretty terrible at some characters in this game, like Mirage, for example. I didn't even want to play Mirage today. Game gave me a match of Mirage instead of Lady Geist, and yeah, I suck at Mirage. So, that was not a very good match. But it's just been this way consistently throughout the entire A to Z challenge, and my win rate is lower than 30% across the course of this entire A to Z challenge, and one character in particular, Holiday, I played 6 matches in a row, lost all 6 matches, and then just straight up gave up because of how frustrating and infuriating it was. This has truly been one of the least fun things that I've had to do. It's not that the characters aren't fun. I do enjoy, to a degree, many of the characters who I struggled on. Abrams is interesting, although apparently I suck terribly at him. Kelvin's pretty neat. I don't hate Kelvin at all. I should like Holiday more than I do, but she is kind of clunky, so I don't really like her. But, like, I also, lost 2 games on Dynamo. I think Dynamo's really fun. And so, like, it's not even that I don't enjoy the characters. It's just that the game thinks that I'm supposed to be able to play characters who I've barely touched in my entire Deadlock career at the same level as the characters that I main. And so it puts me in these super high-rank lobbies when I just have too much skill issue, and frankly I shouldn't be there, and I just end up throwing other people's games, or by some just strange phenomenon, I end up still somehow being the best player on my team despite sucking at my character. And that's just terrible, really. It's not fun. The holiday challenge they did last year, honestly, in my opinion, was much better. First of all, it was a bit easier for me to complete because I was a much lower elo player at the time, and so the matches weren't as sweaty. But even still, having to get a win on every single character in the game is really, really difficult, as it turns out. And the holiday challenge they did last year involved basically like kind of unique quests where you had to do a specific thing on a character, whether it's dealing like, I think one of them was like deal more than 1,000 damage with Grey Talon's arrow, and another one was get a kill with Seven's lightning strike, which at the time was much harder to do. And so that stuff was, pretty interesting. It was more dynamic than just get a win. But also, even if you lost a couple of matches in a row, it didn't matter, because most of the time you could still get the quest done, and people would actually help you get the quest done in the match and then go back to playing normally, which was also really cool. It was kind of a community-building experience. And it was just more enjoyable. I thoroughly loved those challenges, and I'm really sorely disappointed that they've done this holiday challenge instead of going back and making better quests for each of the characters. I assume that the reason they did this instead of a more unique holiday challenge is because they probably just ran out of time and didn't have it prepared because they've been working on the major update. And I can forgive that, but it doesn't change the fact that this holiday challenge is just worse than the previous one. Worse in terms of the rewards, too. It's not even really that fun to get ornaments. Last year, they had custom Christmas skins for every single character. And it was so cool. It was really, really cool. Seven had a cookie on his head. Like, that's awesome. I really, really loved that. And so this whole holiday challenge has just been completely and utterly disappointing. Now, perhaps maybe I made things a little too hard on myself in the sense that I also gave myself extra challenges on top of just winning a match with every hero from A to Z. I basically gave myself penalties for too many losses on the same hero, and well, I gave myself a total of 10 strikes for the challenge to get the worst penalty of them all, and I expected this to take me the entire challenge, but I am not even past the second row of characters yet, and I've already got 10 challenges, which is honestly a stupendous feat. Like, that's insanely bad. Even if I had a 33% win rate, I still wouldn't honestly have very many strikes, because I would get 2 losses and then a win with every single character, and if that's all I get, I don't incur a strike. But as you can see here, I've gotten a crazy amount of strikes, and it's because my win rate is sub 30%. And so is it deeply disappointing and also embarrassing that I am so bad at the game that I can't complete this A to Z challenge? Maybe. And it honestly was a bit of hubris to think that I could do this challenge, because at the time when I was thinking of starting the A to Z challenge, I was thinking to myself, oh, okay, I'm a pretty good player. I mean, I'm holding my own in these Ascendant level lobbies. I ranked up from Ascendant 5 to Ascendant 6. I'm almost an Eternus player. I should be able to at least scrape together a win for every single character. I can play most of the characters in the game pretty decently. Yeah, no, turns out that's not the case, and I am actually really bad at the game for a lot of the characters that are available to be played. And I have more fun playing against some of the characters than I do actually playing as some of the characters. Again, case in point, Holiday. And the other main reason why I'm canceling the A to Z challenge is because you guys don't seem to be enjoying it either. Most of my A to Z videos have completely bombed, and some of them haven't even passed 1,000 views yet, which is, like, especially bad, even for my channel, which I'm not the biggest Deadlock YouTuber, of course not. But I still, like, usually have no trouble getting 1,000 to 2,000 views per video, but some of these videos were getting even less than 1,000 views, and basically no engagement. And then some of my live streams as well, I would look over to the right at my view counter. Actually, it's still up, I forgot to turn it off, but I would look over there at that and just see, like, single digits for YouTube and Twitch, and it's like, nobody's watching this. Like, people really don't seem to care about my A to Z challenge. Maybe it's because I'm bad at the game, maybe it's because it's a bad format and just not interesting to watch, but regardless, people just aren't enjoying it. And so, if I'm bashing my head against a brick wall and really just hating playing this challenge at this point in time, and you guys aren't even really watching it either, then why should I keep going? And this was really made evident to me based on the past few videos that I uploaded on the channel. They were more discussion-type videos, engaging with the community, talking about various aspects of Deadlock. They got so much engagement, and multitudes more views than the A to Z videos. And so, it's just like, that content was easier to produce because it didn't give me an actual headache trying to play the freaking game in a way that's unfun to me, and you guys enjoyed it more. Why should I do the A to Z challenge? Like, this is really stupid at this point. The only reasons for me to continue really are, again, hubris. I don't want to admit to myself that I am actually that bad that I can't complete this basic holiday challenge. And also, the completionist in me really wants to see this wall lit up, especially because other players have done it, but, like, these little baubles aren't even worth it, and apparently I already have the ornament. I don't know if it's going to, light up with, all the characters I completed, like the ornament from last year does, or I guess the badge on your profile, wherever that is. I don't even know where it is, but it's just so not worth it. So I'm finally just pulling the plug. Now, I know this has been a very rambly and ranty video, and an overwhelmingly negative video, which is not usually what I do here on the channel. Even my criticism of matchmaking that I made the other day wasn't as negative as this video. And I don't want you to walk away from this thinking that I dislike Deadlock now, or that I'm jaded with the game, or anything like that. No, I still absolutely love playing this game. It's one of the best games I've ever played. It's a ton of fun, and most updates keep making the game even better. I guess there was that one blip where they nerfed movement too much, but then they reverted the wall jump change, so now wall jumps are free again. And, yeah, that's just, that's great. Yay! So, yeah, no, I really love playing this game, and the characters that I actually enjoy and play regularly, it's a blast playing them, and I can still win consistently on them. I just actually, I played a therapeutic match of 7 right before recording this, and Armina was talking my ear off, flaming the Kelvin, but regardless, it was still a very fun experience, and I loved it. So, yeah, like, I still am going to keep playing this game. And I think what I'm going to do moving forward is kind of get out of my own head a little bit about this one thing that has always kind of nagged at me for years, even when I was doing Paladins content. And that's the idea that I have to make content for every single character in the game with some regularity. I can't do that because I'm not good at every single character in the game. It took me thousands of hours to reach a point where I'm good at every character in the game in Paladins, and, yeah, I'm just not there yet with Deadlock, and even still, it's just not the best content at this point in time, and I think the YouTube algorithm has kind of evolved to a point where I don't really need to do that anymore, and my channel, I guess, hasn't really been keeping up with the times in that aspect. I talked at the start of the year about how I was thinking of moving to a format where sometimes I don't necessarily upload every single day, but the content that I upload is better for engagement, you know, more of like commentary and discussion type videos and guide type videos that have tended to get the most views as I've been making Deadlock content. And then possibly streaming more, and having that streaming satisfy the people who actually want to watch gameplay. And for the gameplay, I'm thinking, hey, let's just actually play the game for fun. Play what I want to play, and, you know, just don't impose these silly challenges on myself. Don't do ridiculous things that I don't have fun with. Just play 7, play Viscous, play Lash, play characters that I'm interested in playing, Pocket, Paradox, anything like that, and just try to have more fun, because if I'm not having fun on my streams, then I don't think the people watching me are going to be having too much fun either, unless they're the type of masochists who like to watch other people suffer, but that's weird. Why do you like that? What's wrong with you? Because the simple truth is, the other series that I started back in November didn't really do that much better than the A to Z challenge at the end of the day. The Road to Eternus, I mean, you know, the streams are okay. The videos didn't perform the best. And then Spectating Initiates, the last one, absolutely bombed. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think there's still potential for that format if we get like a really, really interesting game, but clearly I haven't quite nailed that one on the head yet. So I think what you can expect from me going forward is more videos like what I've been doing the past several days, and more streams as well, but less of the just like regular old gameplay videos, unless I have something truly like interesting and awesome to share. So like the gameplay videos should be higher quality, but there'll be few of them, because I'll only be uploading gameplay of something that was actually really cool and fun to watch. So yeah, I guess a bit of reform here on the channel, but yeah, the A to Z challenge has just been a monumental failure, a total washout for absolutely everyone involved. I haven't been enjoying playing it, you guys haven't been enjoying watching it, and yeah, it's just a failure, and I hope that we can move past it very quickly here as the AndrewChicken community, because, like, yeah, it's not easy to admit that something has catastrophically failed by almost every measure when you thought it was going to be a good idea. But yeah, that's where I find myself today, admitting that, yeah, this was a terrible idea. On paper, it sounds like a great idea, but in practice, it's just been a total bust. I guess the last thing I want to close off with here is asking you guys whether you actually want to see me complete the 3 strike penalties that I have left for the A to Z challenge, because I did the round of Sniper Billy, but I have yet to do the Overwatch Stadium stream, Marvel Rivals stream, and Paladins Ranked stream. I'm going to have a community post up on my community posts tab, wherever that is, on YouTube here, asking you guys, and basically pulling you whether you want to see these streams or not, because, like, frankly, they are meant to be penalties. The A to Z challenge is cancelled, so does that mean we keep the penalties or not? They're not Deadlock streams, and certainly the time on these is very limited, because I definitely will not be doing these if we get a major update. That would just be totally out of place. Oh, we got a major Deadlock update? Let me play Marvel Rivals. That just wouldn't make sense. So let me know what you think about that in the comments section. I'm not too enthused about doing them, but that's kind of the point. So if you guys still want to see them, I will absolutely do them, but that's entirely up to you. But anyways, I guess I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that this series has been a monumental bust, and that I'm not better at the game. I mean, I've put 1,000 hours into Deadlock at this point, but clearly that's not enough time. I still need to play way more to truly be great at the game, and have a better chance of completing a challenge like this. It is a lot of skill issue on my part. It is also matchmaking being kind of frustrating right now, but I've already ranted about that again, so yeah. Sorry, and Hopefully the content will be better going forward as we shake things up here on the channel. And by the way, I do really appreciate all your feedback on that video that I published at the start of the year talking about the channel. I read through as many comments as I could, and I did take it into advice, and I'm going to start implementing that a little bit more seriously here now that I've given up on this challenge that I started last year. Oh, man. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, you are an absolute real one. And if you're not subscribed for some reason, then why not? Like, you sat here and listened to me ramble for 20 or so minutes? Like, maybe you should hit that sub button. Help me out a little, you know? Winky face, I'd appreciate that. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace out.